Y'all, WWE sucks so bad right now. Like, it's not even funny no more. This is some serious shit. This company is literally failing. Like, it's slowly dying, and it's all because of TKO and Triple H. You know, TKO is charging so much money for these tickets only to get a bad show. It's ridiculous and it's stupid. Triple H, it seems to me like, he doesn't really care about, this business anymore. He's just doing whatever at this point. He's not. Oh my gosh, this company is bad. It's down bad right now. So let's get into the reasons why this company sucks right now. First off, the big one in my opinion is John Cena. Okay, he's my favorite of all time. He's the GOAT. He's the 17-time world champion. But he's not on the show. He's not showing up. What champion doesn't show up? You're the main champ. You're supposed to be here. I used to say this shit to Roman Reigns all the time when he was the longest reigning, Universal WWE champion of this era. But he never showed up. And when he did show up, he didn't do shit. And when he had a matches, he couldn't win shit. And now John Cena's in that same position now. And yeah, at first I was okay with it because he's not giving what the fans what they want because he's on his heel run and that's part of his character. But let's be honest, the reason he's not here is because of Hollywood. He doesn't have he doesn't have time, and it really sucks. As much as I wanted him to break the belt, I didn't want him to. There was another reason that kept me from wanting him to break it at WrestleMania is because I knew he wasn't going to show up because he was going to be busy with Hollywood. And look at him, he's not showing up. And his character run, let's be honest, it's been a letdown. It has failed. There was no reason for him to turn heel, and the reasons why he turned heel were stupid. I'm glad he broke the record, but his championship reign has sucked. His heel run has sucked. Everything about John Cena throughout this whole year has sucked. It really sucks to say that about my favorite wrestler of all time, but let's just be honest. His character, his heel run, it's been wasted. It's failed. I think he should lose the belt at SummerSlam. I don't know who he'll lose it to, but it's time for him to lose it if he can't, show up and actually perform on Raw or SmackDown or his heel run has been a letdown. I'm sorry, but it just has. I will never understand why they needed him to turn heel. Because it wasn't the original. It wasn't their original idea for him to turn heel. So his heel run has sucked. It sucks saying that about him, but it's true. Jey Uso. Oh my. Okay, I'm probably gonna get hate for this, but I don't care. Jey Uso is overrated. I'm sorry. He is overrated as hell. His match at WrestleMania sucked. The way he won it sucked. His whole Yeet character has been overplayed already. It's stupid. It ruined his ability to cut good promos like he used to. He used to cut good promos. Now that they're just stupid. His wrestling ability has really downgraded. I don't know what happened, but he used to wrestle so good when he was in the tag team division, and now his wrestling matches suck. His promos are terrible and corny. All he's known for is his entrance and his Yeet catchphrase, and that's it. I don't care about Jey Uso anymore. I don't hate him like I do with other wrestlers, but he's not as good as he once was. All right, let's just be honest, okay? His Yeet character was good at first, for the mid card, but for the main event, no, it just doesn't cut it anymore. I just don't care about Jey Uso that much anymore right now. It really sucks to say that because Jey Uso was so over his head when he was the first superstar to pin Roman Reigns in 3.5 years, and now look at him. He's getting his ass knocked out by Logan Paul of all people. Speaking of Logan Paul, the guy has a good in-ring ability. He's decent on his promos, but he doesn't show up. You have a future star, but you don't want to use him. You don't want to put him on the show, and when he's on the show, he's just cutting backstage segments. That's it. He's not in any storylines. He's not being taken seriously because he's never on the show. You want to, all these new stars that you have who have potential to be stars, they have, they're in the ring wrestling every week, nonstop, they're working hard, but Triple H is not pushing them. Instead, he wants to keep pushing these people who are getting loud pops every week because of their dumbass entrances and their dumbass catchphrases or because of their looks or they're selling the most merch. This company they only want to push the people who make the money in terms of the merch, or their catchphrases or entrances. That's why Jey Uso and Rhea Ripley are probably the two most popular wrestlers on the roster right now because they're getting the company money mostly because of their merch. It's not. I don't think it should be like that. I think the ones that need to be pushed are the ones who are out there constantly working and grinding, wrestling every week, But Triple H doesn't want to push them because they're not getting a reaction. because you're not booking them that well, right? They're wrestling, but you're not booking them in storylines that people care about. You're not giving them characters that people can connect to. You're not letting them cut promos, you know. You're just having them wrestle random matches every week against all the other wrestlers that nobody even knows who they are. This company sucks, man. You got good wrestlers like Aleister Black, Karrion Kross, even though he hasn't wrestled that much, but his character is real good. Who else? You got like I said, I don't like I don't like Logan Paul, the guy, but he is a good wrestler. So I believe he needs to be put in a storyline. Maybe I'll actually start liking him more. He has potential to be a star, but Triple H doesn't book him that well. Because he doesn't show up. Who else? You got all these wrestlers who are good, right? But at this point, you know, everybody is a good wrestler, but they're just not being put in good storylines or good segments against other wrestlers. It's bad right now, man. This company does not care about their stars. They only care about the people they can sell the most merch, and that's the people that they're going to continue to push, when in reality, they're not capable of holding down, of being the top star in the company as the world champ. Jey Uso is not world champ ready yet. He was a few years ago because he was more serious. He was taken more seriously. Now, I just don't think he's ready anymore. Rhea Ripley I never liked Rhea Ripley. I don't see what's the only reason when people like her is because they think she's hot. That's the only reason. I mean, let's be honest. She hasn't had a good 5-star match since 2023 against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39. That was her last good match. Ever since then, she hasn't wrestled that much. Her matches suck. Her promos are boring as hell. I just don't really care about her, you know. CM Punk, I think his face run is starting to get stale and boring. You know, he just comes out and he gets loud pops. Don't get me wrong. He's really good on the mic. His character's good, but what story can you tell with him now? You know, his whole feud with Seth Rollins is it was so good at first, but now it's slowly declining. I don't really care about it no more. Can you please end it already and move on to something else? Because I feel like it's boring already at this point. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, I don't know where the hell they're at. You know, Roman Reigns pretty much, I think people need to accept the fact that Roman Reigns does not care about WWE anymore. You know, he's trying to go into Hollywood now, so he only has a few years left. And this company is literally, I don't know how they're going to make it within the next 5 years, because if you think about it, John Cena is retiring at the end of this year. Randy Orton, his back is on borrowed times. You know, he could be, you know, he'll have 3 years left, and then that's it. He'll be gone. AJ Styles probably has 1 year left, and then he's out. You know, because he's old. Roman Reigns, he'll be out in 2 years. Seth Rollins, you know, he's been wrestling with an injured back for I don't know how long already. So, and he's already 40, so he'll be out in a few years. Cody Rhodes is 40 years old. He'll be out soon, in 2 years. So all your good stars are over the age of 40, or they're part-timers, you know. John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, Randy Orton. Those are your big mainstream stars, you know, in the company. And they're all going to be gone in a few years. When they're gone, who's going to carry this company? Who's going to be that one top guy that people are going to be tuning in to watch because of that guy? You have Braun Breaker. You have Carmelo Hayes. 2 good stars, right? But Carmelo Hayes is not being pushed at the top. Good in-ring ability, good character, but they're not pushing him. They're just having him go out and wrestle random matches, and half of the time he loses them. You need to push him, man, in order for people to care about him. Braun Breaker, he's over his head with the fans, thank God. But what's his story? What's his purpose? Is he ever going to go for the world championship? Are they ever going to put him in an actual good storyline that makes sense and it's entertaining? I'm telling you, you don't have good stars, so how people are supposed to care about him? Because I sure as hell don't care about half of these wrestlers because they're not getting booked right. This company sucks, man, and Triple H doesn't care anymore. You know, I don't know how this company is going to make it in a few years once all the actual good stars are gone. Because, you know, you got all these new stars who have the potential to be great, but Triple H does not want to push them. Maybe because, I saw his post, it's because he has a huge ego, and he's afraid that these stars will be better than he ever was. You know, I just don't understand how this, you know, just create better storylines on Raw and SmackDown. You know, push these stars, man. Have them have good characters, you know. But instead, he cares about, he relies on the freaking merch sales, and that's it. That's all he really, you know, cares about. As long as you can make us money with selling the most merch, we'll continue pushing you, and that's it. When in reality, they don't have no talent at all. I'm sorry. That's just keeping it real. Jey Uso is not entertaining anymore. You know, the kids like him, yeah, because of his yeeting. But when that bell rings, think about it. Can you honestly look back within this whole year since he's been, the Yeet character? What has he accomplished that's been entertaining? What has he done? What storyline has he been in that was so great as during his whole Yeet run? Because I can't think of nothing. Every time I think of his Yeet run, all I think about is his entrance, and that's it. As far as a match goes, or a storyline goes, or a promo segment that he's done, I can't think of any of that because he doesn't have it. Same with Rhea Ripley. I keep bashing those two because those are the two people that everyone loves right now, but they don't do anything great. They're only loved because of their looks and their entrances. That's it. The ones who do have the talent in terms of character work, promo work, storytelling, the matches, all that. Those are the wrestlers that are not getting pushed. They have all the talent in the world, but they're not being pushed. Oh, because they're not getting a reaction, so why should I push them? Book them well, maybe they'll get a reaction. Golly, this company sucks so freaking bad, man. And TKO is just, the prices are just rising with these ticket sales, and these people are actually buying it. These matches, and the matches too, there's only one good match per show. Like, it's Raw and SmackDown only once every week. There's only one good show. One good match, my bad. Only one good match. The other 4 or 5 matches on the show suck. Because these matches are so boring because you have these wrestlers that no one knows because they don't have no character to them. They don't have nothing to look at. They're not interesting. They're not entertaining at all. So why should we care about the match? Man, these promos too are so boring, and it's just the same old boring ass promo. These storylines are so boring. Like, they don't make any sense. It's like first one week they come out and they don't even explain half of the time why they betrayed this guy, or they don't even explain the reasoning on why he's fighting for this belt or why he's fighting this guy. They just come out and just cut, half-ass, boring-ass, ridiculous promos, man. I don't know what went wrong. I think, in my opinion, everything went wrong at the Royal Rumble. Before the Royal Rumble, this show the WWE was doing so good. But once the Royal Rumble came, that's when I noticed everything started to fall. It fell miserably the moment Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. And then from there, everything else just started falling apart. Gunther is no longer a dominant heel. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre's, they were two of the biggest stars last year, and now they're in the mid card. You know what I mean? Jimmy Uso, Jay's brother, I don't know what the hell he's been doing. Carmelo Hayes, a future star. Well, I thought he was going to be a future star, but he's a jobber. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, man. And then the rest of these people, I don't even give a damn about them. Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Rusev, Alpha Academy, the Motor City Machine Guns. All these wrestlers are trash, man. I swear, man. Oh my gosh, man. This company is so bad right now. I really don't know how else they can make it. I don't know how they're gonna do it without John Cena, without Cody Rhodes, without Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and CM Punk and Randy Orton. Those are your top guys they're the only reason why people still watch. Like, those are the reason why the diehard, hardcore fans still watch. But once they're gone, the show's not going to survive. The WWE will not survive because they don't have that one top guy. So, yeah, until then, I don't know. But this company is just so bad right now. And John Cena's heel run has been terrible, and that's the one thing I was looking forward to the most. But anyway, I'm done ranting, The WWE is going to continue to fail if Triple H does not push the stars that deserve to be pushed because of their in-ring work and how much they're putting in the work. But yeah, anyway, if you liked the video, please give me a like, and please comment if you agree that this company sucks, and comment, what's it going to take for it to do better and be great again. So I'm out. Peace.